My name is Febriansyah Dirgantara Amu, and today I'm gonna explain about introduction to the IELTS test. There are two types of IELTS tests. First, IELTS academic test, and second, IELTS general training test. The IELTS academic test is for people applying for higher education or professional registration in an English-speaking environment. It reflects some of the features of academic language and assesses whether you are ready to begin studying or training. The IELTS General Training Test for those who are going to English-speaking countries for secondary education, work experience or training programs. It also a requirement for migration to Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and UK. The test focuses on basic survival skill in broad social and workplace contexts. The IELTS test assesses your ability in listening, reading, writing, and speaking in less than 3 hours. There are two types of IELTS, academic and general. Listening and speaking are the same for both tests, but the subject matter of the reading and writing section differs depending on which test you take. The listening, reading, and writing section of all IELTS tests are completed on the same day, with no break in between them. The speaking session, however, can be completed up to a week before or after the other test. So the total test time is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Listening test is given 30 minutes. You will listen to 4 recordings of native English speakers and then write your answer to a series of questions. There are 4 parts with 10 questions each. The questions are designed so that the answers appear in the order they are heard in the audio. The first 2 parts deal with situations set in everyday social context. In part 1, there is conversation between two speakers. For example, a conversation about travel arrangement. And in part 2, there is monologuing. For example, a speech about local facilities. The final 2 parts deal with situations set in educational and training contexts. In the part 3, there is a conversation between two main speakers, for example, two university students in the discussion, perhaps guided by tutor. And in part 4, there is monologue on academic subject. The recordings are heard only once. They include a range of accents including British, Australian, New Zealand, American, and Canadian. In multiple choice tasks, there is a question followed by 3 possible answers, or the beginning of sentence followed by 3 possible ways to complete the sentence. Test takers are required to choose the one correct answers A, B, or C. Sometimes, test takers are given a longer list of possible answers and told that they have to choose more than one. In this case, they should read the question carefully to check how many answers are required. Test takers are required to match a numbered list of items from the listening text to a set of options on the question paper. The set of options may be criteria for some kind. Test takers are required to complete label on a plane, map, or diagram. The answers are usually selected from a list on the question paper. Test takers are required to fill in the gaps in an outline of part or of all the listening tests. The outline will focus on the main ideas in the text. Test takers may have to select their answer from a list on the question paper or identify the missing word from the recording, keeping the word limit stated in the instructions. Test takers do not have to change the word from the recording anyway. Test takers should read the instruction very carefully as the number of words or number they should use to fill the gaps will vary. A word limit is given, for example, no more than 2 words and or a number. Test takers are penalized for writing more than the stated number of words, and test takers should check this word limit carefully for each text. Constructed words will be not tested. Hyphenated words count as single words. Test takers are required to read a set of sentences summarizing key information from all the listening text or from one part of it. They then fill a gap in each sentence using information from the listening text. A word limit is given, for example, no more than 2 words and or a number. Test takers are required to read a question and then write a short answer using information from the listening text. Sentence completion focuses on the ability to listen for the concrete facts, such as place, price, or times within the listening text. Academic and general reading taken 60 minutes. The reading session consists of 40 questions designed to test a wide range of reading skills. These include reading for kids, reading for main ideas, reading for details, skimming, understanding logical argument, and recognizing writers' opinions, attitude, and purpose. In IELTS academic tests, these include 3 long texts which range from the descriptive and factual to the discursive and analytical. These are taken from books, journal, magazines, and newspaper. They have been selected for a non-specialist audience but are appropriate for people entering university course or seeking professional registration. A variety of question types are used, chosen from the following multiple choice: identifying informations, identifying the writer's views, claims, matching information, matching headings, matching features, matching sentence endings, sentence completions, summary completions, note completions, table completions, flowchart completions, diagram label completion, and short answer questions. Texts are taken from books, journal, magazines, and newspaper, and have been written for a non-specialist audience. All the topics are of general interest. They deal with issues which are interesting, recognizable, appropriate, and accessible to test takers entering undergraduate or postgraduate course or seeking professional registrations. For general test source, the free section is social survival. Contains text relevant to basic linguistic survival in English with tags mainly about retrieving and providing general factual information, for example, notice advertisements and timetables. The second section, workplace survival, focused on the workplace context, for example, job descriptions, contracts, and staff development and training materials. The third section is general readings. Involves reading more extended prose with a more complex structure. Here the emphasis is on the creative and instructive rather than argumentative text. In a general context relevant to the wide range of the text involved. For example, newspaper, magazines, and fictional and non-fictional books extracts. Test takers are required to transfer their answer to an answer sheet during the time allowed for the test. No extra time is allowed for the transfer. Care should be taken when writing answers on the answer sheet, as per spelling and grammar are penalized. Writing test taken 60 minutes. For the academic test, topics are of general interest to and suitable for test takers entering undergraduate and postgraduate studies or seeking professional registrations. There are two talks. Task 1 will be presented with a graph, table, chart, or diagram and asked to describe, summarize, or explain the information in your own words. You may be asked to describe and explain data, describe the stage of a process, how something works, and describe an object event. Task 2, you will be asked to write an essay is in response to a point of view, argument, or problem. Response to both tasks must be in the formal style. In writing text 1, test takers may be asked to describe fact or figure presented in one or more graphs, chart, or table on related topic, or they may be given a diagram of machine, a device or process and asked to explain how it works. They should write in academic or semi-formal neutral style and include the most important and the most relevant points in the diagram. Uh, some minor points or details may be left out. Test takers should spend no more than 20 minutes on this task. They are asked to write at least 150 words and will be penalized if their answer is too short. While test takers will not be penalized for writing more than 150 words, they should remember that a longer task 1 answer may mean that they have less time to spend on task 2, which contributed twice as much the writing band score. This task assesses the ability to identify the most important and relevant information trends in a graph, chart, table, or diagram, and to give a well-organized overview of it using language accurately in academic style. In writing text 2, test takers are given a topic to write about an academic or semi-formal neutral style. Answers should be a discursive consideration of the relevant issue. Test takers should make sure that they read the text carefully and provide a full and relevant response. For example, if the topic is particular aspect of computers, they should focus on this aspect in their response. They should not simply write about computers in general. Test takers should spend no more than 40 minutes on this task. They are asked to write at least 250 words and will be penalized if their answer is too short. While test takers will not be penalized if writing more than 250 words, if they write a very long answer, they may not have time for checking and correcting at the end and some ideas may not be directly relevant to the questions. Task 2 contributes is twice much to the final writing band score as Task 1. Therefore, test takers who fail to attempt to answer these tasks will greatly reduce the chance of receiving a good band. This task assesses the ability to present a clear, relevant, well-organized argument, giving evidence or example to support ideas and use language accurately. In general tests, topics are of general interest. There are two tasks. Task 1, you will be presented with a situation and asked to write a letter requesting information or explaining the situations. The letter may be personal, semi-personal, or formal in style. Task 2, you will be asked to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument, or problem. The essay can be fairly personal in style. Answers must be given on the answer sheet and must be written in full. Notes or bullet points are not acceptable as answers. Test takers might write on the questions paper, but this cannot be taken from the examination room and will be not seen by examiner. Speaking text taking 11 to 40 minutes. The speaking session assesses your use of spoken English. Every test is recorded. Part 1. The examiner will ask you general questions about yourself and a range of familiar topics such as home, family, work, studies, and interests. This part lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. This part of the test focuses on the ability to communicate opinions and information on everyday topic and common experience or situation by answering a range of questions. Part 2. You will be given a card which asks you to talk about a particular topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare before speaking for up to 2 minutes, and then the examiner will ask one or two questions on the same topic. This part of the test focuses on the ability to speak at length on the given topic without further prompts from the examiner. Using appropriate language and organizing ideas currently, it's likely that the test takers will need to draw on their own experience to complete their long term. And part 3, you will be asked further questions about the topic in the part 2. This will give you the opportunity to discuss more abstract ideas and issues. This part of the test lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. This part of the test focuses on the ability to express and justify opinions and to analyze, discuss, and speculate about issues. IELTS provide a profile of candidates' ability to use English. Candidates receive a score on band scale from 1 to 9. Band 0 did not attempt the test. Band 1 non-user. Band 2 intermediate user. Band 3 extremely limited user. Band 4 limited user. Band 5 moderate user. Band 6 competent user has generally effective command of the language despite some inaccuracies, inappropriacies, misunderstanding, can use and understanding fairly complex language, particularly in familiar situations. Band 7 good user. Band 8 very good user. Band 9 expert user. The general strategies that we can use to attempt the test. First, familiarize yourself with the test. Make sure that before you attempt to the test, that you have to prepare yourself with the test. For example, read every book with IELTS text or surfing the website and try to find the example test in the IELTS. Second, practice. This is a very important thing that you must practice before you attempt to the test. And 3. Time management.